Good morning. It is the 6th of July. Today, I believe we are in my front yard. We have some beautiful things blooming. These plain-ole petunias from Lowe's. And tucked in there, what I think is possibly a little zinnia seed coming up. And here's a bigger version of whatever that is. I'll have to look at it later. But yeah, look how nicely they're doing. Man. And then we have the rest of the front yard mess. And it's garbage day. So bee's knees petunias, promise to be incredibly prolific and wow, you just can't stop them. They take over. So it's still early days. They're alive, but I wouldn't say they're doing that. They are quite cute. Gladiolus. Most of these, if not all of them, are gladiolus that wintered over from last year and are doing phenomenally. You can see the fires, the little flower spikes are coming out. I think I probably have like 4 or 5 of the spikes coming out at this point. And on these that were, just really phenomenally doing well. I should hold them up this way. I had pulled out some that came up early that were covered in thrips. I did treat with 7 as an insecticide for those thrips, and I really did my best to keep it away from pollinators. Also just trimmed back this this dogwood bush. These are all going to go at some point when I really get into landscaping this front bed area. Celosia with a few. These are a form of gladiolus called acidanthera. There's 3 of them coming up in the pot because I had tucked them in. Not terribly fond of the gold celosia. I actually like the red the best. These little mugo pines have been in since last fall. Not doing so hot. We've got some pink dianthus that is doing another flush back really nicely. The lilies that came up from last year are just about spent. A couple of them that came up from scales as well. All of these little markers are for where I need to remember that I can put in more bulbs in the fall, because otherwise there was no way I was going to remember exactly where. All right, here we go. This is the lawn mess. We tried, we actually dug it all in and tilled it and added grass seed about a month ago. I had a bit of spotty germination. It just was not going well. So we thought, let's see what happens with a grass cloth. And I thought it covered a lot more than it actually does. But this was put on, today's Wednesday, and we put it on Sunday, I believe, or Monday. So it's only been a couple of days. We're gonna see if it helps hold in the moisture. Over here, we've got some plants that I put in. Yesterday was one of the first really hot days. It got up to 96. Hopefully, as I keep it wet, we might see the celosia there kind of improve and get big. There's a couple of little snapdragons, a white dianthus in the very front, some zinnias, and a couple of other flowers that I just seeded in there direct. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. This has been just absolutely covered in weed amaranth called pigweed, and I have been manually picking it out, but as you can see, there's another one that it's just sneaking up and in. I've pulled out about 1 million of these by hand. So here in zone 5B in my Colorado garden, I obviously had not planted that, but it was coming up a lot better than the grass. Thanks for giving me a try here, and I'll keep you updated on the lawn.